So when you're talking to somebody and you say them no or decline what they ask you, do you feel the pain that they're feeling? When you're arguing with somebody that you love in a relationship or something, and you know that you're right and they have done something wrong, do you feel the guilt that they're feeling? And anytime you go have a conversation with somebody, and if you're feeling any emotion or any pain that they're going through, guess what? You are vulnerable. You are somehow not only able to sense their emotions, their pain, their thought patterns, and what they're feeling at that given moment, you are also being so vulnerable that you tend to absorb their negative energy onto your system. So, the whole concept is you have to protect and guard your energy, your vibration, and your frequency. Because you'll be vibing high. You did all the inner work, you did all the shadow work, you shifted your vibration, raised your vibration, shifted those amazing different frequency. And then at that point, when you have a conversation with somebody and you feel so drained, it's like at a point you feel empathetic to their situation, but you go interact with them and you feel their pain points, you feel what they're feeling, and then you kind of feel drained. It's like you're having a conversation with them and it feels like they have some energy demons. They kind of suck on your energy, they pull, they drain your energy. And suddenly, when you come back after talking to them, you feel so drained, you feel so clueless, lost, and you feel at a lower vibrational frequency again. And now you got to do all the work that you did to go back and shift. But why does this happen? It's because when you're tuning in to their frequency, you're pretty sensitive and you start working on your own vibrational frequency. And when you're shifting higher and higher, you become a prey. People who are vibrating at a lower vibrational frequency prey upon people who are vibrating at a higher vibrational frequency. It's like this energy pull. And it's like they say this, right? The devil attacks you while you're doing everything right. When you are in a path of self-destruction, when you are on a path of degeneracy, the devil doesn't attack you. The devil attacks you when you're following the righteous path. You're following, giving all your power, your effort, your heart and soul into the path that you have to follow, that is good for you. That's when you be attacked by your urges, by your own mind. And spiritual people, religious people call it the devil. Some may call it the negative energy, but it's just a state. It's like you have to control your state. You are in a certain frequency, a certain vibrational state. And as you are up high, the people who are lower on the energy spectrum, on the vibrational frequency spectrum, they kind of leech onto you because you are that hope. You are that sense of self-centeredness that attracts everything. You are the light. And people with lower energy spectrum kind of gravitate towards you. And suddenly, you feel yourself being drained. The reason is because you have not set clear boundaries. You have energy blockages. And number 3, the most important one, you don't know how to deal with energy shifts. You don't know how to deal with energy attacks. You don't know how to deal with negative energy. So what basically happens is they kind of gravitate towards you. And they kind of feel it like it's a safe place for them to be around you because you have worked on yourself. You have put all this time, effort, and energy to raise your vibration. Vibrating at this higher state, you're this higher being. So they come towards you, they gravitate towards you, and they feel good. They're trauma dumping on you. They're telling everything what went wrong in their life. It's like, do you experience this? Anytime anybody has any problem in their life, they call you. They tell you all their problems. And when they meet you, they trauma dump on you. It's like you're this being, the sensitive being. You're understandable. You're a great listener. And your energy is so empathetic. It's like you're an empath. And people just come and trauma dump on you. And they kind of absorb their negative energy, because you, at that moment, you are also feeling their negative emotion. It's like your intuitive mind starts emerging out of nowhere. Your intuition picks up on their vibration, and your body and your soul feels that vibration, that emotion to the fullest. And when you feel that vibration of anger, hate, shame, guilt, it kind of embodies and it takes over your entire body, your state, your presence, your mind, and your own vibration. It's like you're vibrating at the frequency of love. Suddenly you talk to somebody, you meet somebody, and they feel shame and guilt and pain, and they trauma dump on you. They talk to you and they talk all negative stuff. There's nothing positive in the conversation or the words that come out of their mouth. It's all negative. And suddenly you start embodying that negativity on your own self. It's like their words have a spell on you, but actually what's happening is you feel more than a normal human being. Your feelings are heightened, your senses are heightened, you're more sensitive to energy changes, energy fluctuations. So when people come and tell you their pain points, the things that they're suffering with, you kind of absorb that pain. You feel that pain with them. It's like you're an empath, as I mentioned. You kind of feel their pain. And then when you feel their pain, you feel it to the fullest. When you feel it to the fullest, slowly you shift from the vibration of love or any joy, peace, happiness, down to anger, hate, shame, and guilt. And that is how you end up manifesting all these lower vibrational situations in your life. And it's like you're absorbing their negative energy. So how do you actually guard your energy? How do you actually guard your vibrational state? The first thing that you can do is stop being so naive. Stop believing in anything or every single person you come in contact with. It may be your loved ones, it may be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, the people you're in close relationships with. I know it's very hard, and I don't want to sound very mean and come off very direct, like stop being blinded by love. Basically, that's what I mean. Stop being blinded by love. Stop being blinded by the bondage that you have with that person. I felt a little discomfort when I was trying to tell that, but now let's let go of it. The truth has to be spoken, and it's time that I actually say this. Many of us are blinded by the people who are close to us, and we don't see the true person they are underneath all that love, all that bondage, all that affection and emotion that we have towards them. When you realize that person, because most of the time, many people know what they're doing. They're intentionally trauma dumping on you. They intentionally, they see you vibrating at this higher vibrational state. They try to put you down to their own level, because there's this sense of dissonance when you're vibrating high and they're vibrating at this frequency, and they're unable to come up, or they don't want to come up. They kind of want to match with you, so they kind of pull you down. So in pickup artistry, they teach you, they teach all these guys to pick up women, and this is so weird. And the messed up part about this is there's a technique called negging. So what you do, all these men will go to approach all these beautiful girls in the streets, and they would say things like, "You don't look that hot, you're not my type, but I think we'll look good together." So that's the point of negging. It's like the girl is high value and the guy is not that high value, so you pull down the girl to the same level as yours. And this is so messed up. And that is what, that same principle, they use it in pickup artistry. They also use it here. And it's very subconscious. Many times it's intentional, many times it's unintentional. So they're kind of pulling you down to their energy state. They're doing it so that both of you are on the same level of relatability, same level of resonance, and same level of frequency. At this point, you're already in their orbit, their energy field, and their energy field is starting to somehow pass through you. And then they make sure you feel their pain. That's the worst part. It's like people who are on this low vibrational states, they're like, I was being hurt. I had to experience so much pain. I had to experience so much hate in my life. I don't want anybody else to be happy. I am not happy myself, so I don't want anybody else to be happy. And this is the thing that drives the people who are lower energy states or lower energy spectrums, vibrating at a lower frequency. They don't want you to be happy. They see you happy. They're like, why is this person happy? I'm unable to be happy. And that is why they're unable to break out of that energy barrier. They're always stuck there. And whenever they experience love, they always backward rationalize, they always modify it back into hate, into a lower being. So the most important technique here is not only being stoic and being more present, like being more present at the moment and controlling your state. Instead of letting your emotions run wild, lean on to your intuitive side. Lean on to your guardian angel, your higher self, because your inner voice, your gut feeling always tells you there's something off. Don't trust this person. There's something off. They may lie, they may cry, they may do all the emotional, blackmail that they can do at that moment, but be stoic. Don't buy the stuff. There's always that inner voice that tells. You may call it gut feeling, you may call it your guardian angel, call it whatever you may want. But listen to that, and then be very mindful about this. Most of the times you're not mindful, you're just caught up in their words, caught up in their story, caught up in their energy spectrum. Be very mindful, be very stoic. In this kind of, you're seeing it at a third person view. When you're seeing it from that place, you kind of understand what is going on here. You kind of feel your energy vibration shift from a higher state to a lower state. And that time, what you can do, you cannot cut them off immediately. And when you're aware, when you're stoic, and when you're not letting your emotions indulge in their emotions, when you're not letting your emotional mind kind of connect and marry the energy that they're projecting, you're escaping it. It's like a pendulum swing. They're a ball of negative energy. The whole purpose of the pendulum is to come and amass more people and more people into its objective. So when you're not indulging, when you're not giving it any strong thought presence, you're being mindful in your own state. At the same time, you're not cutting it off. You're just letting it pass through. And you don't give any effort. You don't indulge in them. You don't show any interest in that. And slowly they'll pass. They're like, this person doesn't care about me. And they'll just pass away. And that's how you guard your energy states. And another thing is always cleanse yourself. And what I mean by cleansing is, it may get more esoteric right now, but whenever when you come back after having a conversation with some energy sucking, soul draining vampires, energy vampires or energy demons. So because many people embody the personality, the characteristics of energy vampires. When you come in contact with them, you feel so drained. And even when you're being so mindful, not letting them attack you, you kind of feel your energy shift slightly below. It won't be a massive shift down, but there's a slight shift down below. And realize when you come back home, you have to move the energy. Most of your energy is being stuck at the bottom of your spine, at the base of your back, and that's why you experience lower back pains. So you have to move that energy. A good technique is breath work, intense breath work. Breathe in, hold the breath in, and then breathe out. Hold it in and breathe out. This is a good practice. It moves the breath. It moves that energy. It doesn't keep stagnant energy in the body. Move the energy all across the body. Again, you can implement Tai Chi, Qigong, all these practices. They move the energy from the body and let you release all the negative energy outside. And also, when you're taking a shower, visualize yourself like cleansing all that energy. You can start doing deep breaths in the shower itself. And it's the words that you say to yourself. The words that you say impacts the reality around you. When you have a conversation with people who tend to drain your energy, you're being mindful, you come back home, you see a slow shift, even though you're mindful and stuff, even though you're present and listen to your guardian angel, you do all this cleansing, and then you have to reprogram yourself. Reprogramming yourself into saying that I know how to handle these people. Instead of being like, oh my God, That girl drained all the energy. I will never talk to that person again. Always triggers me. And this is more prevalent when it comes to family members. You go back home during Christmas, you go back home during the vacation or holidays. They know how to get under your skin. You can deal with people outside. It's like because of the bondage we have, the words they say kind of trigger us. So do not get triggered. Be very mindful, be very stoic. Let that negative pendulum swing just pass you by. Don't give it any energy. Don't give it any indulgence. Because all these energy vampires, they want your energy. And when you set boundaries and don't give your energy, they'll be disappointed and they'll leave. They'll leave you and go find another person to feed on. This is how it continues. You cannot change them. Some people have hope, but most of the time you cannot change these energy vampires. You cannot show them light. If there is grace, which they should be lucky of to receive, if they find some grace, if they find some hope, maybe universe does some miracles, then they can change. But don't try to go change them. Don't try to go and help them, showing the reality. Like, look, I can help you raise your frequency, because they are not in a state to be, convinced. They want to stay in that state. So you don't put your energy, you don't give any of your energy. Even when they trigger you, you never say something back. You don't fight back. They want you to say something back. And when you don't, when you're stoic, and when you still reply back at the state of love, state of joy, state of fulfillment, it kind of confuses them and they just move on. So keep this in mind. Be aware of energy vampires. They're there in society. They're there. They might be there even in your family, even when your close friends, or even in the relationship that you're in. Start learning how to control and navigate your emotional spikes. Don't get triggered so easily. And cleansing, always cleanse your surroundings and energy around you. Always protect your energy field. Guard your energy field. Guard your home. Guard the place where you're sitting at. Because some people come inside your home and they go back outside and they feel the home as, the whole vibe of the house has shifted. That's why you sit down, you meditate, you do Tai Chi, you do Qigong, move that energy up from the base of your spine. And to protect your home, you can buy a singing bell. The Tibetan singing bell, you can hit that bell and all the vibrations come. Or you can just go to YouTube and play the frequency of 432 hertz. Let it play around that frequency, kind of stabilizes and cleanses all the energy that's around, that energy field around you. And you can leave it on for 2 hours, 8 hours, 16 hours. It doesn't really matter. And always, lean in to your intuition. Lean into your guardian angel, because your higher self, your gut feeling is 100% of the time right. It is always right. It's your subconscious mind telling you what's happening, what's the truth, and what's the lies. Always listen to it. You can feel it when there's an energy shift in you or your surroundings, or especially when you come in contact with certain people. Always trust that instinct. Lean on to the gut feeling. Embrace that intuition and start taking action.